This is my last cup of coffee. Okay, so why is this my last cup of coffee? I mean, I really like coffee. I have coffee probably once a day. Sometimes I get to the point where I'm having coffee twice a day. But I mean, I have coffee earrings, I have signs about coffee. So if I love coffee so much, why am I willing to give it up? Because there is someone that I want and I love more. And that's what I want to talk about today, is my strong desire to be a mom. And this has gotta go. I am really nervous to make this video. I was nervous when I made the video where I took a pregnancy test after 6 years of infertility. I just want to say thank you to those that showed me so much love and support. The comments that I've received on that have been so encouraging. Those comments, if you are going through infertility, I want to encourage you, go on there and read those comments because they will also really encourage you. But I had taken pregnancy tests before. I just never had filmed it and shared about it. But this is completely new to me, and I'm really nervous to share this because I don't know what the results will be. But I want to share this because if there is someone that is facing fertility struggles and this video can encourage them now, I thought it was selfish of me to not make this and put this out now when I don't know what the results are going to be. It's really hard to just putting myself out here like this. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this. 1 in 8 women struggle with infertility. So if you know someone that could really be encouraged by a natural way to fertility, I hope that you can share this with them, but do so carefully and with love. When I first got my fertility diagnosis in February 2016, I felt broken. And when people would come to me and, well-meaning friends would say things like, well, have you tried this? Or have you tried that? Or I know this will work for you, or this worked for my friend. I felt like it was a confirmation that I was broken. And, that's not what they meant. And I mean, I even do the same thing. When I see a friend that is hurting and going through something, I just want to help them. And so I might share something with them and be like, oh, have you tried this? But I'm trying to get better now at listening first and asking questions about, what they've tried, and just being empathetic and sympathetic and all of that, and just letting them know that they are heard before I suggest things. So, like I said, definitely share this with friends, but do so cautiously. It was actually 3 well-meaning friends who reached out to me within a matter of a couple of weeks, 2.5 years after I got my diagnosis, and were like, hey, have you tried this, this, this? They were all different things. And at that point, I was just a little bit frustrated with all of it, and I wasn't quite open to suggestions, which obviously something needed to be fixed because 6 years of infertility is not normal. So for those that might be curious, my infertility diagnosis is low ovarian reserve. And what that means is my AMH blood level is low. Basically, my ovarian follicles don't have enough time to develop into a viable pregnancy because the egg itself is not developed enough. And so I was told that there was nothing medically that could be done, and if we did try IUI or IVF, the chances would be significantly lower because of low ovarian reserve, and it would still be a ton of money. And so for us in our marriage, we just chose not to go down that route. And so when my well-meaning friends were like, hey, have you tried this, have you tried that, I decided, you know what, it's been a while since I have researched low ovarian reserve, and there's not really a lot on the internet about it, and so I kind of didn't know much still, and I just took to the internet to find a statistic that I could share with my friends and be like, it is this rare for a woman with low ovarian reserve to become pregnant. So that is what I decided to go and search the internet for. And so I just want to thank those friends that reached out to me, because although I went to the internet to prove how wrong you were that I couldn't become pregnant, I actually stumbled upon something that gave me such incredible hope. And that is what I want to share with you today. I came upon a website called To Make a Mommy. And this is a blog written by Anna. And Anna suffered diminished ovarian reserve, similar to my low ovarian reserve, as well as endometriosis and a slew of other things. And she has become pregnant not once, but twice, because of a strict 3-month fertility lifestyle. And at first, when I was reading it, I was like super skeptical. I'm like, okay, so she just like changed what she was eating and then voila, like that was it. And as I started to dig into it, my skepticism turned into hope. So I actually found Anna's blog back in September 2018. And I thought for sure I would have done this fertility diet already, but a lot of things have just happened the last year and a half where I thought that I would have like a free 3 months to really focus on this, and then things changed and timing changed. When I found To Make a Mommy, we were house sitting for a military family, and I knew that I wasn't there for too much longer, and so it didn't make sense to start the diet then. And then we thought we were gonna buy a house in Colorado, but we ended up doing a nationwide search and deciding where we were going to move to. We knew it was going to be Indiana, but then during that 3-month time before we left Colorado, we were living in the basement of some of our friends. I had a crazy nanny schedule as well, where I was waking up at like 5:45 some mornings, and then sometimes not getting home until like 9 o'clock, and so it just really wasn't a good schedule for that. And so then when we were going to move to Indiana this summer, which was the plan, then we partnered with Crew and we took their 1972 VW orange van around the Southwest US and did several youth events. And so that definitely wasn't the right time. And then we moved to Indiana, but a lot of my stuff for the diet that I'd already been accumulating was actually still in storage in Colorado Springs. So now, finally, I get to do this, and I have been researching since that time and preparing for this next 3 months. And I honestly feel like this might be the hardest thing I've ever done. If you've been watching our journey, I mean, we've done a lot of kind of crazy things with traveling. And if you know me personally, you know that I don't shy away from hard things, but this has got me a little bit freaked out, okay? I don't think I'm gonna share any of that. I don't know why I'm saying this. It's going to be a little bit of an intense 3 months. And I just wanted to bring you along for the journey. Okay, now why do I say that infertility is a myth? For those that have been barren for so long, it can kind of feel like a stab when someone's telling you that what you're going through isn't real. I know that I felt that way when I first heard about this, but I want you to stick with me. So one of the books that To Make a Mommy recommends is this one. It's called The Infertility Cure. And this book is amazing. So it's a Chinese wellness program for getting pregnant and having healthy babies. And can I just say, this book is filled with amazing stories of women who got pregnant naturally by just changing some things. And you're like, okay, that might work for those people, but it won't work for me. I understand. I feel the same way, and that is why I'm nervous to make this video and to let it be known that I am going to start this diet. But I know it can work because it has worked for so many people. And right in the beginning, I just want to read a couple of excerpts from this book. For a couple, the diagnosis of infertility can be difficult. But for a woman, it can be devastating. Being told you're infertile is like being told that your body has failed its very reason for existence. That really resonated with me. On page 9, she talks about the myth of infertility. She said, "If you have been told that you are infertile, I have one message for you. There is no such thing as infertility. It is a myth." And she has that bolded. And I was like, really? Are you serious? She said, "Rarely have I met a woman of childbearing age with all her reproductive organs intact who is not capable of bearing children. Many factors can cause a woman to have difficulty conceiving, but once these factors are overcome, a woman's body is restored to health. Conception can occur naturally." She goes on to say, "I advise you to devour all the knowledge you can about fertility. Take control of your own health and trust yourself. No one is in tune with your body like you are. You have to learn to trust your instincts until your individual solution emerges. Above all," and I want you to hear this, "know that you are not broken. You are not deficient. No matter what the outcome of your own personal journey, you are whole." And this line is also bolded. "You can conceive." Oh my goodness. Isn't that amazing? Gives me chills. Another thing that Anna shared that was really encouraging to me was a verse in the Bible, Psalms 113:9, which says, "He," speaking about God, "gives the barren woman a home, making her the joyous mother of children. Praise the Lord." So just reading Anna's blog and knowing that someone else went through infertility and that she beat the odds because of her dedication to a natural lifestyle just gave me so much hope. So what does this 3-month fertility challenge entail? I definitely encourage you to go check out To Make a Mommy's blog, but also I will be sharing the journey as I go through this myself. So there are 3 main parts in the fertility lifestyle, and that is diet, non-toxic living, and mindset. All right, so bullet points of the fertility diet are, of course, things like no caffeine, and no sugar, no gluten, no dairy. So you're gonna be eating a lot of things like nuts, organic chicken, organic organs, and lots of vegetables. So it's kind of like it's a very low carb, high fat, high protein diet. And part of diet is also different supplements that you're not able to get through food sources. And then for non-toxic lifestyle, it's all about what you are either breathing in or putting on. It's things like shampoo, what your cleaners are, and non-toxic things you're putting on your skin like makeup. And so I got this Mineral Fusion. This is the Intensity color, and I really like it so far. So this is currently the only makeup I own right now. And thirdly, mind. So it's like, this is like, what are you putting into your mind? What are you thinking about? What are you dwelling on? We know that the mind is just so powerful. And so it's like waking up each day and kind of setting your intention for the day. I'm gonna be praying a whole lot because I know that I can do all of these things perfectly, but God is the giver of life. And so, yeah, I'm gonna be praying a whole lot. My mom was recently visiting and we were in conversation, and she was talking about this diet, and she said, when you get pregnant, and then I laughed. And Peter looked at me and he goes, Sarah? As in a reference to Abraham and Sarah from the Bible. And I was super convicted because I had learned about Sarah in the Bible in Sunday school, and you know, these angels come and appear and tell Abraham that she's going to be pregnant in her old age, and Sarah laughed. And I remember learning about this story and thinking, well, that's silly because God can do anything. So, you know, why would she laugh? And then I just did the same thing, not more than, last week. Because when you are facing fertility struggles for years and years, it can seem almost comical when all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, here it is. But we know that with God, all things are possible. And so I will definitely be praying through this, and I am constantly praying, God, I believe, please, please help my unbelief. Because it's really easy to just look around and be like, okay, yeah, that can happen for that person. This, I'm so happy that happened for that. But even though I do all the things, God, can it really happen for me? And so one thing I'm super excited about is whether the results of this end with a positive pregnancy and a healthy baby, that I am so excited to do this because I know that at the end of this, I will be healthier. I eat way too much sugar. I know that I eat way too much gluten, and I can start to feel the effects of that in my brain first. I kind of have a brain fog. It feels like all the time. And I'm just so excited to do something for myself that I know will really help that clear up. And if that clears up, then maybe, you know, other things will happen in my womb. And I am so excited for this 3-month fertility challenge. And so why is it 3 months? Well, it actually takes 3 months just for one egg to develop. And so I'm kind of maybe willing to do this like 4 months. We'll kind of see how it goes. But this is definitely not supposed to be a long-term thing. This is something for a specific time. Like, I have a schedule from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. written down, and it has like every minute accounted for, what I'm going to be eating, drinking, what I'm going to, maybe I'll be going on a 10-minute walk just to get my blood going and just get some vitamin D. Like, I'm gonna be doing things like yoga every day, you know, make sure to definitely have my quiet time and my prayer time. I'll be listening to some meditations. So it is going to be a kind of a crazy thing, and that is why we had to wait until now. Oh, and if you are curious about foster care, because we did mention that in a previous video, we are planning on starting our foster classes this Monday, actually. So we're going through the county, and they have been really awesome in answering our questions. And I let her know that I'm planning on doing this fertility diet, and we do want to start taking the classes, but looking to not have our first placement until over 3 months from now. And she said that is totally okay. You can put a hold on that, and so that way we can still get our classes, get our house study, and all of that done. So foster care is something that we still want to pursue, no matter what the outcome of this fertility diet is. So yeah, I'm super excited to start this. I'm super nervous. I feel like I've done all the prep that I can do, and now it's just about starting, which I like to plan, and starting is scary for me. Peter has been awesome, and he is willing to also do no caffeine and the crazy diet that I'm going to make him go on as well. And so just so thankful for him. I'm excited to share this journey with you. Make sure to subscribe if you are not already. I would love to hear your comments as well. Any questions, any specific videos that you know that you want me to cover. And yes, I think that's about it. Oh, and I did want to mention that I'm planning on posting these videos on Saturdays, and then during the week I'll also be posting our videos from traveling and how we traveled the world on $50 a day each. Because of a hard drive failure, I'm still working on editing those, but now back to live footage, so it's super exciting, and I'm currently editing Asia, so you can definitely enjoy lots of those during the week. All right, so I think that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up here because I've been talking way too long, but I just get so excited about this, and I'm so excited to share this journey with you. Thanks for following along. So I am really nervous to make this video. Oh, I need help, God, please help me. Say the right words and communicate this in a clear way. Eating lots and lots of vegetables, especially green vegetables, and steamed. I'm gonna get into way too much. How do I make this simple? Ooh, and I wanted to let you know about a Starbucks hack that I found out about. So if you are a Starbucks Rewards app member, then you know that they've now changed it to where 50 stars are any size coffee, and then if you want a specialty coffee like a latte, that is 150 stars to redeem. But did you know that they have something called a Cafe Misto, which is like half milk and half coffee. It's not espresso, but it tastes a lot like a latte, and it can be redeemed for 50 stars, and you can add a flavor to it. So I added caramel to this one, and I totally got whole milk because, well, I'm gonna be giving up dairy, and I wanted my whole milk for this to make it as creamy as possible. So that is what I did for this one, and hope that you enjoy that hack. Last cup. I might crack myself up.